Hello and welcome to the news at 2 on Lagos Television. I am Tinuke Oloruntoyin Folami. Senator representing Kano South, Sumaila Kawu, has advocated that elective and appointed political office holders be subjected to drug tests before assuming office. Contributing to a debate on the floor of the Senate in Abuja, Senator Kawu alleged that political leaders buy drugs for their supporters during elections, even as most security operatives are drug peddlers. He made these subjections in a debate on the bill to establish a National Institute for Drug Awareness and Rehabilitation to coordinate and promote awareness, prevent substance abuse, and facilitate the rehabilitation of drug users, sponsored by Senator Rufai Hanga from Kano Central.
Or Bible that in any way they are not supporting drug abusers in their constituency. And Mr. President, we need, whether we are allowing this bill to continue to have an agency or we are strengthening LDE, we need to create a situation where before contesting election or before taking appointment at whatever in government level, you must go for drugs test.
In my constituency, I discovered that the issue goes beyond NDLEA. NDLEA had become so compromised, so ineffective, to the extent that leaving drug enforcement or drug education to NDLEA will never get where we are going to.
Contributions. Senators Seriake Dixon and Adams Oshomole strongly opposed the establishment of a new agency to tackle the problem of drug abuse, especially with the existence of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, NDLEA. While Senator Dixon alluded that drug consumption has fueled crime and criminality in Nigeria, Oshomole says it is better to strengthen the act establishing the NDLEA to deal with the problems raised by their colleagues.
You are going to have boards, you are going to have all kinds of DDs, etc., etc. All of that goes into recurrent expenditure, which add little or no value to the quality of life of Nigerians. I agree we must deal decisively with drug-related issues, but I'm not convinced that we need to establish yet another agencies that will be competing with the NDLEA. Thank you, Mr. President.
That does not nullify the submissions and the guidance offered by Senator Oshomole as to the need to avoid proliferation. But the subject matter we are dealing with is so important. We are losing the future of this country, losing the future of our families.
Thank you.
And it is fueling criminality, it's fueling all forms of crimes and misdemeanors in our country.
After a heated debate, the bill scaled second reading after a voice vote coordinated by the Deputy President of the Senate, Jibrin Barau, and referred to the Committee on Drugs and Narcotics to report back in 4 weeks. Here in Lagos, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has launched passenger operations on the first phase 27-kilometer Red Rail line, which is expected to move at least 500,000 passengers daily. Members of the Executive Council and other passengers joined Mr. Governor on the ride. Adetola Kayode reports.
Lagosians who reside on the Red Rail Line corridor are set to enjoy what those on the Blue Line corridor are enjoying as passenger operations on the Red Line kicks off on Tuesday, 15th October 2024, with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu signing on as the first passenger. The train kicked off from the Oyigbo train station at exactly 5:20 p.m., attesting to the precision and timeliness of this comfortable mode of transportation. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu visibly happy and excited about another great achievement in his vision of achieving a multi-modal transport system in Nigeria's commercial capital, says this will definitely help solve a major challenge of traffic gridlock.
It's an experience that we believe will help solve public transportation issues in Lagos. It's an experience that we believe will reduce journey time for our citizens. It's an experience that we believe will ease connectivity.
While enjoining the general public to own the infrastructure and always treat it right, Governor Sanwo-Olu assured the people that more rolling stocks are coming into the fleet.
What we're about is about ensuring that we can fulfill all of our promises, especially on the red line. I haven't fulfilled similar promise on the blue line. We're still expecting additional more rolling stock, which will come in the course of our time in the new year.
The red line will kick off 6 a.m. every day and will run through Oyigbo, Oshodi, Ikeja, Agege, Iju and Agbado train stations with maximum fare of 1,500 naira from Oyigbo to Agbado and a minimum of 500 naira. Adetola Kayode, OTV News.
The government of Lagos will continue to work on enhancing the ease of doing business whilst working on government bureaucracies capable of stifling investment and funding. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu reiterated this commitment when he declared open Lagos Physical Planning Summit. Again, Adetola Kayode reports.
The Lagos Physical Planning Summit with the theme Rethinking Lagos, regional and integrated megacity, is another opportunity for government and other stakeholders to discuss, plan and prioritize how Lagos can maintain its economic position, status and growth in a little over 3,000 square kilometer landlocked megacity, plus 22 million in population and still counting. The keynote speaker, who is a former governor in Lagos and Nigeria's former minister, Babajide Fashola, said the conversations surrounding a megacity is not just about a destination. It is more of a status, and it behoves town planners and the society to envision how a state and environment will evolve, emphasizing that Lagos has all of the resources to be at par with other megacities of the world.
If the town planner steps forward and begins to take us on that journey of visioning, on that journey to prosperity, some of the problems we agonize about today will be solved much quicker because we will understand why and what needs to be done.
The former governor did not leave the stage without dropping off some of his thoughts and ideas that can grow this megacity called Lagos, including being audacious, ambitious, and creative in planning for the future.
If the buildings are used for commercial purposes and all of that, the turnover in VAT that comes from those value-added taxes is the real sustainable revenue that the state can project its future on. Let us be clear. Payment approval as revenue is tunnel vision, is no vision at all.
For Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, his administration is working tooth and nail in ensuring the implementation of Lagos's master plan using his themes plan agenda. He assured that all of the bottlenecks created by government bureaucracies will be checked, as they can be discouraging to investments and will be investors, tasking professionals in the field to tend to the needs of the people using international best practices.
Our commitment is to continue to ensure that the ease of doing business is improved upon, is enhanced, that we do not kill investors, we do not kill investment, we do not drive away funding. If anybody I know too well, that money is fungible and money usually will go to the best place, to the best region that requires and have the environment for it. And so we cannot be complacent even with our mega city status. We need to continue to think out of the box and challenge ourselves to ensure that FDIs that come into our space are real, because they can always get value for their investment.
At the maiden Lagos Physical Planning Summit, which will now be a biennial event, Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu launched the permit identification tag. Adetola Kayode, OTV News.
In sports, The newly elected president of the International Table Tennis Federation, Enito Oshodi, has promised innovative ideas that will enhance the growth of the sport on the continent. The Nigerian former sports administrator was unanimously elected as the 6th president of the ATTF during the elective annual general meeting held in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. We have details in Taiwo Hussein Aremu's report. Oshodi becomes the second Nigerian to lead the continental body, following Engineer Segun George, who served from 1988 to 1996. As the executive vice president of the International Table Tennis Federation, Oshodi will succeed Egypt's Khalid El Sahi, who completed 3 terms as ATTF president. The 40-member electorate unanimously supported Oshodi, reflecting overwhelming delegate support for his leadership over the next 4 years. Oshodi, a former commissioner for youth, sport and social development in Lagos State, now stands as the only Nigerian heading a continental sports organization.
The first thing is that it's rather overwhelming. I mean, the support I've received coming onto the election has been great, and the support we've received today has been great. But more importantly, I think we've managed to build a good team. And this team will go ahead now to take charge and try and make things even bigger and better. You know, we must give kudos to the outgoing president. A lot of hard work done. Now it's time to bring table tennis to the fore in Africa. We're chasing sports like athletics, basketball, football. I think we can catch up with them. We have some ideas and we'll be bringing them in. A lot of young talent in Africa. This is the time that for us to help them get to the top of world table tennis. And I think, you know, there's a lot of scope for us going forward.
Cameroon's Alfred Bagueka was also unanimously elected as the deputy president of ATTF. Additionally, Jermaine Caro and Andrew Mudibo were elected as executive vice presidents for technical and development, respectively. The positions for EVP administration, finance, media, public relations, and marketing saw keen competition among candidates from Egypt, Algeria, South Africa, Sudan, Ethiopia, Mauritania, and Uganda. For EVP marketing, Ghana's Mwako Afazino triumphed over Uganda's Robert Agwe with 22 votes to 18. Ethiopia's Tesfaye Bezan won EVP media PR with 29 votes. South Africa's Hajira Kaji secured EVP Finance with 20 votes, and Egypt's Motaz Ashur won EVP Administration with 32 votes.
That we've been under the leadership of Mr. Khalid El Salhi that did a fantastic job. It's now handed over to Mr. Wahid Oshodi, and what he has built, I'm talking about the previous president, Mr. Wahid Oshodi, will take it to further in the new era, in the new 4 years.
Another Nigerian, Olabanji Oladapo, was elected as the ITTF Council as one of the 8-member council from Africa.
It was a joyous moment, and the challenge is for me to contribute my quota again and to continue to carry along all those young ones that believe so much in me.
Oladapo contested with 15 others, with 8 of them making the list. For more news, connect with Lagos Television on these social media platforms. In case of emergencies, please call 767 or 112. They are toll-free lines. Many thanks for watching. Plan to join us at 4 for the state news. I am Tinuke Olorun Toyin Folami.